I can minimize this, right? And then now it's showing us. And we're not on a delay.
Okay, here's the summary report, and I ran them separately.
Okay.
Detail or just summary?
Just summary is fine.
Okay.
But on YouTube, all you can see, you can't see the Tom. No. Hello,
Well, hello, ladies.
how are you?
How in the world are you?
Good.
Looks like my name on that.
That would be you. So, we
Alright.
got it up and going, so.
Good. Whew. What'd you let it get so cold for?
I
I have
know.
groceries in my car. So.
I hope it's all frozen stuff. If
It will be.
it didn't start that way. Holy cow. I grew up in the foothills of the North Carolina mountains, and I've never seen some of the things that I've seen since I've been here, I had never seen before. I've never seen a 24-inch snow in one day. It happened 10 years ago.
Okay.
I've never seen an ice storm. I've seen a lot of ice storms. I've never seen one that put 1 and 1.5 inch thick balls of ice on limbs, you know, layers.
2009.
Man, I'm telling you what's the truth, it looked like a nuclear war zone, you know, when that was over with. You could hear the trees cracking everywhere.
That was the scary part.
Yeah.
Is just being in your house, no electricity on, no electricity, and you could just hear
Yeah.
the limbs breaking.
And then this extended period of such cold, bitter cold weather and overcast the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, there's been no sun to break through and warm anything up.
No.
That winter storm we had in 2009, I flew out the next day for Turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah, my daughter's husband at the time was
Okay.
stationed there, and went over with my grandson. So I was over where it was 70 degrees. My husband was here without
Well,
power.
look at you, holy shit. Well,
You'll learn these doors, there's a trick to them.
Well, hey.
How you doing? Hello, how are you? Did you have any problems getting in?
No, I went real slowly.
Yeah.
It's not nice out there.
No, but I'm thankful we are doing this today, because I don't know if next
I
Friday
know.
will be any better.
Yeah, I'm seeing the weather reports from next week and going, well, this'll be.
Hello, you guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
I figured you might stay home. Oh, Tom's on today, huh?
Oh, yeah, well, I wasn't sure if I could, I wasn't sure if it was really an option to do it remotely.
Oh, uh-huh.
We had
Here,
so
we're
much
going
to
here.
sign today, that's the only
It was
reason I thought
better.
doing it
Yeah,
in
that's
person.
fair.
Well, I've got a new thing I heard. I think I read it right before I came over. The CDC is now recommending that you take a pair of pantyhose and you put it over your head, put your mask on, and put the pantyhose over your head. I'm like, what?
For real?
For real, it's on their website.
To create a tighter seal,
Exactly, yeah, and somehow, although I couldn't quite figure out, they're saying you knot it after, and I'm thinking, surely they're not telling you to knot it up
So
here.
you have a ponytail?
Oh, well, maybe so. Maybe so, I hadn't thought about that, but
I mean, I see the science behind it, but not the fashion, you know?
Yeah,
I don't
well-
see the fashion.
Well, not just that, but think about it. How many people, when they rob a bank, use a pantyhose to put over their head because they won't be recognized?
Right.
So now, the CDC is recommending it.
It is a good time to rob a bank. I mean, you know.
No kidding.
I mean,
I'm not legal, I left my mask.
You're fine.
Y'all talking about masks.
Well,
I certainly didn't bring any pantyhose to put on. I usually have them with me.
Sure, in the car.
There's always like the cottage industry that,
Oh, no
like
question.
that is like a
Yes.
total cottage industry
It has
now.
really
Oh, gosh.
caught
I'll
on.
tell you
So,
what.
pantyhose for men now, so this will be a whole new cottage
Oh, that's a good
industry.
point. Wow. I only need one leg.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'll see if I can find that. I just didn't believe what I was reading.
So you could use regular hose then.
Well, I suppose.
People don't know about
I don't know. Here it is. It's from the MMRW, which is the Morbidity and Mortality Report for the CDC. On the bottom of this, I'll send it to you. It's highlighted in the bottom of it. It says, oh, wait, let me do that. It says, this could be the most important for transmitting SARS-CoV-2 general, they give you parts per million. Other studies found that knotting and tucking a medical procedure mask or placing a sleeve made of sheer nylon hosiery material around the neck and pulling it up over either a cloth or medical procedure mask also significantly improve the wearer's protection by fitting the mask more tightly to the wearer's face and reducing edge gap. So, here we go.
That's gonna be the next thing filled out at the grocery store.
Is it one? Are we ready to?
Yes, we are.
Okay. This meeting is called to order. First order of business is the minutes from the previous meeting. Did y'all have a chance to read those?
Yeah, I just did. They look fine to me. I'll make a motion to approve them.
Okay, as presented. The
Second.
motion is approved. We will have the minutes as presented, no changes, no corrections. Provisional ballot review from the February 9th special election, and that's this one.
Yes, so this ballot was, done at the Farmington polling location. This voter, when she pulled her information up, it shows that while she lived in Farmington, she was actually assigned to the Fayetteville School District.
Okay.
But after Becky reviewed her information, it shows that she actually is in the Farmington School District, which would mean that this ballot would be eligible to be counted.
So the clerk's office is just coded her in the wrong
She was
school
coded in-
district.
Exactly, so.
And that's because they're going off the lines on the map? Yeah.
And sometimes houses, I don't know how close her house is, but sometimes a house can be, you know, split between
Go ahead and
school
take a look at
districts.
that, Jim.
With the
Yeah,
line.
sure, where the line goes.
Exactly, sometimes part of their property could be in the school district,
Yeah.
in one school district, but the house is actually in the school district,
Wow.
you know, so there's all sorts of various reasons why this could be, but it does show the importance of actually voting a provisional ballot, because it gives us the opportunity to review, to make sure.
Definitely. This is an eligible voter who cast a ballot, and we just figured out on the back end whether they're
Exactly.
eligible and we can count it.
So, have you opened that up then?
I
and
have not
counted
opened it
Okay.
up, I thought I would wait
Okay.
until, the commission reviewed it.
Farmington, right by the middle school. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay, well, that's good.
We need to do
so I
more.
just need one signature on
Yeah.
there, and I will mail a letter to the voters to
Oh,
let
good.
them know
Yeah,
that her ballot did count, and
Good.
then we can go ahead and include the certification.
okay. Terrific quote. All right. And we won't have to do it next Friday.
No, that was a plus.
Definitely. Okay, we have a ballot. You want me to wait, or? I'll go ahead and wait, because you're gonna have to tell us about the ballot.
Yeah, we can,
Is that what this is?
We're gonna add it to it, then
we're
print
gonna
it off
add
the,
it to it, and
final
we'll print
result.
off new. So you'll need to add one into, not the registered voters, but you'll need to add one to the total ballot. Yeah.
So what are we doing?
This is Elkins, this is the ballot for Elkins. That election is on April the 13th. And, these are the samples of the paper ballots that we'll have, and the screen ballots, which most people will actually see.
Okay.
And they've got, looks like there's actually 4 things they'll vote on.
4
Okay.
or 5.
Yeah, it's very similar election to the, Prairie Grove.
Okay, gotcha. And the language that you've taken here,
Yes.
the language you've taken is just off of the documents that they submitted.
Yes, straight off the documents that they submit. We just are able to copy and paste into the program. We have submitted this to the attorney for his approval as well.
Okay.
Just one.
Well, I guess before we do that, we should certify. We should actually certify.
You can print off the print period. Or not, but not with great detail, but it's just a summary report. Okay, we are ready to certify you.
Okay. sorry, I'm getting ahead.
No,
of
you're
you.
fine. So we just knew this would take just a few seconds for us
Yeah.
to get it added. And we prepped 2 certificates.
Oh, good.
One for and
Okay.
one against, so I could
Oh.
just pull.
Good.
Took excuse,
Good
so I could
thinking.
just pull the
Yeah.
appropriate one.
Good, it's like the Super Bowl, right? They have teams, half the team.
Yes.
And wouldn't you like to have one of those shirts that is
Yeah, exactly.
wrong way?
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
they send those to Africa,
Oh,
in
did they
different
really?
countries.
Oh, that's cool, they
yeah,
don't just
and-
waste them.
Exactly, so there is a program, where they actually donate those T-shirts
That's good.
to different groups, so yeah.
Didn't know that.
Interesting. Okay, well, get the right ones here.
Yes. So, Becky, there's actually 3 documents for each of the
Oh, this-
cities for you to sign. They asked for 2 originals, and, so this one's Farmington, and then we'd like to file an original with the county clerk.
Mhm.
So this one is for the Farmington School District,
Okay.
4. Actually, 5.
Oh, now, are these are the correct votes?
Those are the
Okay.
correct votes, yes. And then these are for Prairie Grove,
Okay.
and then these are the new numbers.
Oh, good, thank you.
Those are the new numbers.
Thank you, sir.
And then Max, I'll just collect everything
Oh, yeah, down here.
at your end, yep.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay. I'll go ahead and let them sign before we do the ballot. What have you heard on legislation, or on bills today?
So they were closed yesterday and they're closed today.
Oh, they were,
Yeah,
okay.
so the only new thing that I've seen, and I'll do an update before, Monday or Tuesday
Mhm.
next week. Wednesday was the last day for
Mhm.
any constitutional amendments. There were a couple of shell amendments
Oh, okay.
filed, for voting purposes, so don't know exactly what those will be, just because they're just a shell bill.
Yeah.
There was one filed that would move us to a primary system that is similar to what California does, where all the candidates are on one ballot, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Green, Independent.
Can you call that nonpartisan ballot then?
No, it's a party ballot, but what they do basically is the top 2 vote getters are the 2 that move on to the general election.
Yeah.
So what it does in a state that is strong with one party, basically it has the
Guarantees.
potential to send 2 of the same party to the general election versus one from one party and one from the other.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
California does
does
that?
it, yes. And so in a lot of areas on the general election ballot, sometimes you'll find 2 Democrats instead of a Democrat and a Republican.
As long as you're strong, as long as one party is strong in the state, they're almost guaranteeing that they can't
Exactly.
lose.
They weed people out at the beginning.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. So,
is running that bill?
I'm not sure who ran it. It was filed in 2019
Oh, it
as
was.
well. It's
Okay.
been, they filed it in 2019, it's
Mhm.
been refiled, for this
Do you have
legislative.
do you have a number on that one?
No, but I'll get it for
Okay,
you.
yeah, do let me know.
So was
I'm
it just
curious about that.
filed?
It was just filed, but since they can only pick 3 constitutional amendments,
Right,
that's probably pretty low
yeah.
on the, you know, likelihood. But that also means there are a lot of other constitutional amendments filed for a lot of different
Oh, yeah.
things, which means our school millage one is
Oh,
looking less and less likely to
no.
be one of the 3 that's picked.
Oh, that's
So,
bad.
There were some constitutional amendments filed, you know, for protection of second rights amendment.
Oh, right.
There was one filed for, I don't know if it was religion or something, but there was all sorts of different ones that were
Okay.
filed that weren't necessarily
I'll have to look
elections.
those up.
But yeah,
That is interesting.
so our millage one,
Yeah, it's gonna go down in flames.
yeah, I think it's not gonna be a one
Well,
that's
you know,
gonna get a
it's-
lot of notice, but we'll
It's
see.
just not gonna get the kind of interest, I suppose, that some of the
No.
biggies will get.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we are here now to approve the ballot. Are you ready, Max?
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Okay.
I read through it all, saw these
Okay.
things, that looks great.
Super. Well, I'll entertain a motion,
Move to approve the Elkins special election ballot
okay?
as presented.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, it is approved as written. You said you've already, you submitted it to the attorney. If he comes back with changes, then, I think we proceed with the language or whatever that they suggest.
Yeah.
Are you guys on the same page with that?
Yeah, that's fine, I don't think they'll have anything.
It won't amount to anything, but it,
No.
you know, in case it does, we don't wanna have to come back for that. Okay, signed notice of election for April 13th.
So this document, is our standard document calling for the election. It's what we publish in the newspaper, it's what we'll post, on our website along with the ordinances from the city, the sample ballot, and all of that. It includes the dates for early voting, which will be Tuesday, April the 6th through Monday, April the 12th in the, county clerk's office. It also includes our election day voting site, which, that would be the Elkins Community Center. It's the city of Elkins, that's the only polling location located in the city of Elkins. We've already spoken with the city as well to confirm that the site is available. It also lists the dates, when we would post the election officials who'll be working. That will be March the 22nd. And then we will canvass absentee ballots, here in room 115. I just have us down for election day. I don't think we'll have a large number of absentee ballots. And then we will meet in here on April the 13th at 7 o'clock to count just like we did for the February election. So that includes all of this information, for this election. And then once you've signed and approved, that, it will be filed with the county clerk's office. And I don't know if you need to make a motion to approve everything that's included, since it does include the polling place.
Yeah, let's go ahead and entertain a motion for that, just to be kosher.
For what, the thing we're signing?
Yeah,
Yes,
for the notice of election.
It includes the polling location, which is Elkins Community Center, the poll worker notice date, which is March 22nd, and then where we will actually be counting, all of which we're required to publish and post.
Is it are you looking for a motion to approve this, or the signature?
Well, to pass it,
If your
Okay.
signatures suffice, then that's.
yeah,
I think the signature
okay,
Uh,
all right, well, we'll
sufficient.
leave it then. If you've got your John Henry on there.
Exactly.
Not yet.
Going on there.
So is this, you say this is your standard, notice, standard form, is it basically boilerplate language with a few places where you put in specialty information for that?
Basically, yes. So there's the code to call for the election and then what they're voting on. So I take that always straight from the language that the attorneys send me and just copy and paste and put that in there.
Okay.
And then we are required to include early vote, dates and times.
Look on the second page for that.
The, election day, where the voters will be able to cast their ballot. We're also required to put in the notice of election when we will be posting the list of poll workers, election officials. If anyone has an objection to those election officials, they have 10 days from that posting to make a complaint in the county clerk's office. And then we're also required to set the date and time when we will count, canvass, absentee ballots and election day ballots and early votes. And so all of that's included in there.
This then is released as a press release, or how do you, is this sent out to the folks in Elkins?
So what we do is I post everything that I think voters may be interested in on our website. So that will include all of this information along with the sample ballot, along with the ordinances, anything calling for the election will all be posted on our county website. We're also required to publish this in the newspaper 10 days and 5 days before the election. And then also I'm required to publish all the ordinances as well. And so those will be published. I'll go ahead and send those off to the paper since we've completed this process. Send those off, and then I wait to publish this one. This is a law change that actually I think has been working its way through committee to change the publication dates because they don't align with the poll worker notice, because we're required to post that list of poll workers for people to have an objection to. If I went straight off of what the law requires, I would be publishing this after the people could make an objection. So with the way the law is written, it says it must be published at least 10 days before or at least 5 days before. So I will make sure that this is published in the paper the Sunday before we post the list of poll workers in the clerk's office, and then I will publish this the second Sunday before the election, because the Sunday right before the election is not within the 5-day time frame, so I have to publish it the second day, but we also post all of this on our website as well.
So in a sense, that's publishing it somewhere, even though it doesn't satisfy the law. It's our attempt to get ahead of that.
Yeah, we go above and beyond the statutory required minimum.
All right.
Which is good. You're trying to give notice to folks about the election. Yeah.
Okay, overview of the coming year, or the upcoming year.
This is just the basic information from last.
Okay.
I've just taken away the things we've already done.
Okay. Well, in this case, it looks like we don't really have any need to meet until maybe the whole month of March. We don't need
No,
to?
March 3rd. We will need to meet March 3rd.
Okay.
Ballot draw.
Oh,
March
there it is.
3rd will be-
Okay.
Yes, March
Okay.
3rd will be the
Yeah.
ballot draw for the school election.
So we got 2 weeks then.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Filing starts not next week, but the following week
Oh,
for the
okay.
school election.
Okay.
And March 1st is the last day for candidates to file. So we'll know what our election will look like for the school election.
Okay.
At that meeting, at the ballot draw, I will know which school districts will need to be open on election day. So I will bring you a list of potential polling locations that we'll have to look at. The Fayetteville School District does have an at-large position, so we'll need to look at the polling locations for the Fayetteville School District. They also have a Zone 1, which is the area out towards Goshen and out on 45.
Okay.
And then Springdale has Zone 1, which is part of Town and the parts of Springdale that's around Nazarene, that church,
okay.
that area.
Okay.
And then the other smaller school districts, like for instance, Greenland's zone that's open for election this year is actually in Winslow area and not in Greenland. So I would suggest that we open up the polling location in the Winslow area and not the one in Greenland. So I'll have a list of those potential polling locations and my suggestions on which ones to open as well. I'm suggesting those.
Did all the schools choose May?
Yes,
Good.
Prairie Grove, after last year, contacted me after May to see about getting back
Gotcha.
with the May elections, because they would then be responsible for the entire cost of the election if we held it in November.
Yeah.
This way, in May, they get
Yeah.
to split the cost with
That's
the
good.
other school
Yeah,
districts. So we have
okay.
all of our school districts on the same date
That's
this year.
terrific.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
But that could change again later down the road.
It could. I don't think that it's likely that it will. I think the school districts will
They've learned.
keep
Yeah.
with the May
Yeah.
election. I'm not really sure why Prairie Grove decided to go with November, but they have now changed that.
Okay.
And unless they submit notification that they're changing,
Oh, they have to stick
it
with
will
it.
stay with May,
Okay.
or with the primary
Yeah,
date.
yeah.
So, yes.
Okay, all right, well, at least it doesn't look like we'll have need for a meeting for the next 2 weeks of weather. Okay.
Yeah, good point.
Other business? Jim?
I don't think I have anything.
Okay, well, that being said, we are adjourned.
Yeah, are we gonna get the snow? Is it gonna happen?
I think it is.
That's what they say, huh?
Monday and even Wednesday doesn't look very, nice.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think I'd rather have it now than the end of March.
Sure, I agree with
Yes.
that. I agree.
Well, we could have both,
We
that's.
could have both, best of both worlds.